US President Donald Trump expects a clear response from Russian dictator Vladimir Putin regarding the peace plan. According to Axios, so far Putin has not shown any willingness to agree to or even seriously consider the existing draft peace agreement. According to the publication's sources, Donald Trump's special envoys, Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner, met with Russian envoy Kirill Dmitriyev in Paris on January 7th. During the meeting, they handed him a plan for ending the war that had been agreed upon with Ukraine. However, the Kremlin has not provided any comments so far. Meanwhile, in an interview with Fox News, Donald Trump spoke about the seized Russian tanker Mariner. He boasted that the US is already unloading oil from it. According to the American leader, the Russian warships that were escorting the tanker did not put up any resistance.
You know, we intercepted a Russian cargo ship that was on its way there. It was being escorted by Russian ships, but they decided not to mess with us.
Donald Trump stated that he does not consider the seizure of the tanker to be a harsh decision. He also refused to answer the question of whether he had spoken with the Russian dictator Vladimir Putin. The New York Times writes that this incident has become a public humiliation for Putin. The article notes that for Russia, which officially appealed to the United States to stop the pursuit of the tanker, this move became yet another insult from Trump. In addition, in an interview with the New York Times, the American leader spoke about his interest in Greenland. In response to the question of what is a higher priority for him, acquiring Greenland or preserving NATO, Trump refused to give a direct answer, but admitted that he might have to make a choice. Trump also stated that Xi Jinping might seize Taiwan but would not dare to do so while he is President of the United States.
President of the United States Donald Trump stated that the US could take on commitments to participate in Ukraine's future defense if they are confident that Russia will not repeat a full-scale invasion. Trump said this in an interview with American media, emphasizing that he is ready to participate in providing security guarantees to Ukraine, but only on the condition that he is certain Russia will not attempt to attack again.
And now, more details in our report. You're watching the Glavred channel, and I'm your host, Evgeny Serov. Please like and subscribe to the channel.
According to Trump, if Russia violates the terms of any ceasefire and launches a new invasion, the US must and will be able to defend Ukraine. At the same time, he noted that he does not believe Moscow will attack again. And it is precisely this conviction that is the key factor in his position regarding future security guarantees. The statement came against the backdrop of ongoing international negotiations on a security guarantee model for Ukraine, which are being actively discussed between Kyiv, Washington, and their allies. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky previously reported that the document on bilateral U.S. security guarantees is practically agreed upon and is awaiting Donald Trump's signature. In Washington, such agreements are viewed as part of forming a new security architecture for Ukraine after the war, which may include military support, elements of a peacekeeping presence, and mechanisms to deter further Russian aggression. At the same time, Donald Trump's position is sparking active discussions both within the United States itself and in European countries. Some Western partners insist on clear and long-term security guarantees for Ukraine with the direct involvement of allies, while others believe that the main responsibility should fall on European states. Experts note that it is precisely such signals from Trump that could significantly influence U.S. foreign policy regarding the war in Ukraine. However, the specific formats and mechanisms of Washington's involvement remain the subject of negotiations. The situation remains extremely dynamic and uncertain. On the one hand, the US president is demonstrating a willingness to participate in ensuring Ukraine's security. On the other hand, he is putting forward a tough condition related to Russia's behavior. It is expected that further details of the US position will become known after continued diplomatic contacts and new rounds of negotiations between the allies.